Okay, hello everyone. So this video is going to be full K-pop album collection. So the way I'm going to go about doing this is basically I'm just going to take all of the albums off my shelves and show them to you one by one. I'm going to go through this quickly. I'm not going to do much talking, and I'm just going to go in the order that the groups are on my shelf. And when all is said and done and I am finished filming this video, I will show you how I have everything organized on my shelf, just because I do like to update that every so often. So with that said, I'm gonna get started. I will just go through and show everything. This is my collection as of the beginning of July 2019. So I'll start with 101 since they're the first group on my alt group shelf. So I have 101s to B1. This is the Sky version. This is signed by Minhyun. And I have the pink version as well. This one is signed by Jisung. And I have Nothing Without You. This is the Wanna version, and this is the One version. And then I have I Promise You. This is the Day version, as you can see on the side. And I have the Night version as well. And then this starts Undivided, so this is the 101 version. There's the back of that. Here is the Triple Position version. Let's see, it's this side. And this is the Lean On Me version. And this is the Heal version. This is the number 1 version. And this is the art book version. And then this is Power of Destiny. I think this might be the adventure version. And then I think this is the romance version. And then I also have this copy of To Be One. This is the Taiwan version. So as you can see, it says right here, distributed Taiwan, made in Taiwan. And I also have the Japanese version of To Be One, the Sky version. So then for extra merch, what I have is this Mexicana episode book. And then this is season 2 of the photo essay. And then I have the D-Icon Dispatch magazine thing. And I got Sungwon's version, so I have his little booklet as well. Then I have the first photo essay. I apologize for this not being in order, but the way I had it organized just would not. And then I have the first Premiere FanCon DVD. And then I have the Won the World in Seoul DVD, so yeah, there's the back of that. And then I also do have the summer package and the season's greetings, but they're just too big to get down. For Hotshot, I have their first single album, Take a Shot, their first mini album, I'm a Hotshot. That was the repackage, and then I have the first mini album, Am I Hotshot? And then I have Time to Fly High Special Edition, so I don't know if many of you have seen this, but this is the track list on that. And then I have Early Flowering. Then for solos, I have Taehyun's Birthday, and then I also have a signed promo version of Birthday, and I have Sungwon's My Moment. This is the daily version, and this is the dream version. And I also have signed promos of My Moment as well, so this is the daily version. And I have the dream version as well. So moving on to JBJ, I have Fantasy. This is version 1, 2, and then version 1, 1. So then I have True Colors. This is version 2, 1. And then I also have a version of that signed by Taehyun. And then I have version 2, 2, and then I have New Moon. So then moving on to UNB, I have Boyhood, the normal edition, and then I have the limited edition of Boyhood, and then I have Blackheart. This is the black version, I believe, and then I have a signed copy of the Heart version. And then I have UNB's FanCon DVD, and I have their All of Our Memories DVD. This was a Japan release. And then lastly, I have their selfie book. Okay, so next I will go through NCT, so I will start with NCT 127. So I have their first mini album, NCT 127. I have one version of their second mini album, Limitless. I have Cherry Bomb. This is the irregular version, I think, of Regular Irregular, and I believe this is the regular version. And then I have Taeyong's version of Regulate, as well as Yuta's. And then I have the Kino version of We Are Superhuman. And then I have the regular version of We Are Superhuman. And for Japanese releases, I have Taeyong's version of Chain, and I have Yuta's version as well. And then I have Taeyong's version of Awaken. And then moving on to NCT Dream, I have We Go Up. And then I have The First. And then for NCT 2018, I have Empathy. This is the reality version. And then I also have the Dream version as well. So for NCT, I also have the 127 and Wavy summer vacation kits, but again, those are just really big, so I don't want to bring them over here, but I do have them. So now we're on to my female ultimates, so I'll start off with Brave Girls. So I have their first single album, The Difference, their first mini album, Back to the Future, their second mini album, Reissue. This is a digital single, For You, and I have a promo of Deepened as well, and also a promo of Yoo-Hoo. So then I have High Heels, their third mini album. They have their fourth mini album, Rollin', and I also have a signed promo of that. And then I also have a promo version of the new version of Rollin'. Now I'll show you CLC. So I have their first mini album. This is First Love, and this is also a promo copy. This one's a little bit damaged, which is unfortunate. They have their second mini album, Question, third mini album, Refresh, their fourth mini album, Nuclear, their fifth mini album, Crystal, their sixth mini album, Freezem, their seventh mini album, Black Dress, and their eighth mini album, Number One. So then lastly for my female alts, I have Daya, so I have their first mini album, and then I have the second mini album, Spell, so this is the limited edition. I still need to get the normal version. And then I have their second album, YOLO, second full album, that's the blue version. And then I have the pink version. And then I have their third mini album, Love Generation. This is a signed version that I got from M-Wave. And then I have this version. I think this is the LUB version. Honestly, I don't know. And then I have this version. This is the name of this unit, so it's that version. And then I have the limited edition of Love Generation. And then I have their third mini album, Repackaged Present. So this is the Good Morning version, and I believe this is the Good Afternoon version, and then this is the Good Night version. And then I have their fourth mini album, Summer Aid, and then their fifth mini album, Neutral. And then for Daya, I do also have their Diary of Diamonds photo book that they did through Makestar. Again, that just it's really big, so I don't feel like taking it off my shelf, but do know that I have it. Okay, so now moving on to non-alt groups. So again, I'm just going in the order that they are in my shelf. So the next group that I have is New East. So I have their first single, Face, their first mini album, Action, their second mini album, Hello, their third mini album, Sleep Talking, their first full album, Rebirth, their fourth mini album, Q Is, then their fifth mini album, Canvas. They have their sixth mini album, Happily Ever After. This is version 1 and signed by Baeko. And then I also have version 2. So then for New East W, I have W Here. If I'm being honest with you, I don't remember the version names for this album, so I'm just not gonna. And I also have this version. This one's signed by Baeko. And then I have Huyu. Again, I don't know the versions, so. And then I have this version. And then I have their third mini album, Waken. So then the next group I have is Uptension. So I have their first mini album, Top Secret. And then I have their second mini album, Bravo. Anyways, next I have their third mini album, Spotlight. This is the silver version. And then I have the gold version. And then I have their fourth mini album, Summer Go. It's obviously signed by all members. And then I have the Thank You limited edition of Summer Go as well. So then I have their fifth mini album, Burst. Their sixth mini album, Stardom. So then I have their first full album, Invitation, and this is the silver version. And then this is the red version. And then I have their 7th mini album, Labyrinto. This is the crime version. And then I have the Clue version. And then this is the 2017 Special Photo Edition album. And then this is the 2018 Special Photo Edition album. This one is obviously signed by all members. And then moving on to Japanese releases for Uptension, I have ID. So this is their first single. Okay, and then I have Xiao's member version. And I actually have 2 of these. One is sealed and one isn't. And I also have Wushin's member cover. And then I have this normal version. So this is standard version A, as you can see on the side. And then I have their second single, Wild Love. This is the limited edition. And then I have Xiao's member cover. And I have Huani's as well. And then lastly, I have the limited edition of their third single, Chaser. So then next I have MXM. So I have Unmix. And I have the other version of Unmix as well. Then I have Matchup. And then I have this version. And then I have More Than Ever. This is the More version. And then I have AB6. I have Be Complete. This is the X version, I believe. And then this is the S version. So then next I have some 101 solos. And the first one I have is Jisung. This is his first mini album, Aside. And I have the other version as well. And then I have his second album, Dear Diary. Then I have Bae-jin Young's first single album, Hard to Say Goodbye. And I have Jihoon, his first mini album, O'Clock. I have We in the Zone's first mini album, We in the Zone. I have Jungkook and Jihyun's Da Da Da. This is the first mini album. And then I have Kim Donghan, his first mini album, DJ. This is the red version. And I have the black version. So then I have his second mini album, D Night. I have this version as well. The versions are just A and B, and I don't know which is which, so. And then I have his third mini album, D Hours. This one is signed from M-Wave. And then I have JBJ95 with Home. I have this version as well. And then I have their second mini album, Awake. And this is the Awake version. And then this is the Dazed version. And then I have Hwanwi's first single, Reminisce About All. This is actually a Japanese release. And then I have One Us's Light Us. I still have yet to decide if I want to buy their second album yet. And I have Samuel's 16. I have Eye Candy. And One, his second mini album. And then I have Jung Seon. So this is his first mini album, Part 1 ever. And then I have his first mini album, Part 2 After, and this is the day version. And then I have his second mini album, Another, and this is the 20 version. And that is everything I have that is kind of related to Produce 101 Season 2. So then next I have Pentagon. So I have their first mini album, Pentagon. I have their second mini album, Five Senses. And I have their third mini album, Ceremony. And then I have their sixth mini album, Positive. And then for Red Velvet, I have their first mini album, Ice Cream Cake. This is the Ice Cream Cake version. And then I have their first full album, The Red. Then I have their third mini album, Russian Roulette. I have their fourth mini album, Rookie, which I think this is my favorite of their albums. And then I have their fifth mini album, The Red Summer. And then I have their sixth mini album, Summer Magic. And then I have IZ*ONE, so I have their first mini album, Colorize, and this is the color version. And I also have the rose version. And then I have their second mini album, Heart Eyes. And for this cover, I have Chaewon. And then I have the Sapphire version, and this is signed by Chaeyeon. And then I have their first Japanese single album. And then I have Impact, so I have their first single album, Lollipop, and this one is signed. It's a bit hard to see, but this one is a promo version. And I have another signed copy, and this one is not a promo, so that one's just a regular. Then I have their second single, Revolt. And then I have their third single album, Only You. And then I have this Japanese release of their second single, Revolt. So yeah, this is just the Japanese version, CD, DVD. And then I have this, which is technically, I think, their third single, or what they're considering their third Japanese single. But it is like their Tension Up songs. So that was everything I had on my second shelf. So then next is kind of what I have for my IOI collection. So starting off, I have IOI's first mini album, Chrysalis, and I also have like the limited special edition of the album as well, and I realized that is on upside down. Oops. And then I have the What a Man single. This is signed. And I have their second mini album, Miss Me. Then I have WJSN, so this is their first mini album, Would You Like? And I did decide that I would stop collecting WJSN, but I did decide to keep a few albums. I also have their second mini album, The Secret. Then I have their third mini album from WJSN. And that is the last of the WJSN albums I have. So then moving on, I have Chungha, so this is her first mini album, Hands on Me. I have her second mini album, Offset, and this is the off version. And I also have the set version. Then I have her third mini album, Blooming Blue. And then this is Gotta Go. So this says that it's her second single album, but like I don't know what the first was. So next I have Pristin. So I have their first mini album, Hi Pristin. Then I think this is the prismatic version. Then I have their second mini album, School Out. And this is the in version. And then this is the out version. And then lastly for Pristin, I have Pristin V's Like a V. It's a little too big to show in frame completely, but... So then next I have Unity. So I have their first mini album, Line. And their second mini album, Begin with the End. Okay, so then next I have kind of the remnants of my 17 collection. So I don't collect them anymore, but I decided I would keep a few of their albums. So I have their first mini album, 17 Carat. Mine is in horrible condition, but... Then I have their second mini album, Boys B. This one is signed by June. Then I have their first full album, Love and Letter. This is the love version. And then I have their fourth mini album, Alone. And this is like the 03 version. Then I have their third mini album, Going 17, and this is the Make-A-Wish version. So that is all I have left from my 17 collection. Next, what I have is just kind of one-off albums that I have. I wouldn't necessarily call them like random albums I have, but some of them are groups that just don't have any more releases than what I own. The first one I have is Jonghyun's first full album, She Is. Then I have his second album, Poet Artist. Then I have MVP's Manifest. And then I have SF9's Feeling Sensation, this is signed. And I have Big Star's Hangout, this is their second mini album. And then I have their third mini album, Shine a Moonlight. And then I have ONF's first mini album. Then I have FX's Red Light. I don't know which version this is. I don't know what it's called. Then I have Four Walls, FX's Four Walls. Then I have Amber's cover on the back. And then I have Luna's Free Somebody. Then I have Oh My Girl's Windy Day. I used to collect them, but once I stopped and I sold all their albums, this is the one I kept. And then this is Girl Kind's second single album. This is Sorry, and I got it signed from Make Star. And then I have Rain's, their first single album, Sunshine. This is signed, and it also is a promo. And then the last one is Triple H's 1990X album. Okay, so next I have Twice. So I have their first mini album, The Story Begins. And this is page 2. This is the pink version. And I have the mint version. Then I have Twice Coaster Lane 1. This is the magenta version and the peach version. I have Twice Coaster Lane 2. I have the purple version. And I have Signal, their fourth mini album. This is the A version. And I have the B version. Then I have Twicegram. This is their first album. This is the blue version. And I have Marian Happy. This is the pink version. I had the other version of this, but I gave it to my sister because she likes Twice. I have What Is Love. This is the A version. And I don't know what that is. I'll have to see if I can clean that off. Then I have the B version. I have Summer Nights, their second special album, and it's version A. Then I have version B and version C. And then I have Yes or Yes. I am not entirely sure which version that is, but that is the only one I have. And then the last group I have is Luna. So I'll go through their solos first. So I have Heejin, Hyunjin, Hustle, Yeojin, Vivi, Kimlip version A, Kimlip version B, Jinsol, Cherry, Eve Chu, Go On, then Olivia Hay. Then I have 1/3 Love and Evil, Odd Eye Circles Mix and Match, YY by Y's Beauty and the Beat. Then I have their first album as a full group, Plus Plus. And this is Normal A, I think. Then Normal B. Then I have Limited A and Limited B. Then I have XX, and this is Limited A. And that's the only version I have of this one. So yeah, that was all of the albums I have. Okay, so I'll be showing you my shelves now. So actually after filming the entire collection, my shelves were actually an entire mess. So I actually went through and reorganized like almost completely. You'll obviously see what is different when I show you the other shelves, but this shelf I'm showing you right here is basically the one I kept the same for the most part. So this is like my alt shelf. So I just have some stuff up there, 101, the rest of my Hotshot stuff, JBJ, UMB, and then more of a display shelf for my Hotshot stuff. And then after reorganizing, I kind of cleared out this shelf, like everything that wasn't Hotshot. So I made this also kind of more of a display shelf for like signed albums from my alts. So that's what I have there. And then I just have some extra things down there. So then this is my second shelf. So this is where things start to change. The top is still the same as it was before, but I decided I would organize my albums by color and see if I liked it or not. For the most part, I do like it. So there's no real rhyme or reason as to why I put albums where. Yeah, so they're by color. So there's red, orange, yellow on the first, green and blue on the second. I have so many blue albums. And then there's blue and purple and pink. I have very few purple albums. And then there's the rest of the pink albums plus just an extra photo book. So then on this shelf is just where I put, you know, white, gray, silver, black, and like brown albums. So yeah, there's a better look at all of that. And the other shelf. And then the last shelf that I have, I just put some extra things. Like this is NCT 127's Awaken, and I honestly don't know where I would put that. Like there's no real good space for it. And then I just have all of Luna's albums because if I were to put them up here, it just wouldn't fit the aesthetic that I was looking for, so I just didn't put them there. And then the rest of everything I have is Japanese releases and what I have for like 48 group albums, and that's that. So reorganizing my albums actually kind of condensed my collection by a lot. Like it makes it look a lot smaller than it actually is, because before all of my shelves were very full. So my collection just seems so much more condensed, so much more like put together this way. And if I move back over to this other shelf, I only have like a few things on display just because of the way I wanted things to fit. It just feels so much smaller, which I don't actually hate. Actually, it makes me feel a lot better because it makes me feel like as my collection grows, I will have more space to put things. So I really enjoy that. I thought I would organize it this way just to see how I liked it, and I actually ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. So I think I'm going to keep it this way for now. But yeah, so that was everything for my K-pop collection. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.